Welcome to our discussion on the science of popularity, a fascinating exploration into what makes something popular. It's a complex tapestry woven with threads of different factors. Might say it's exposure. The more we see, the more we like. Might point to the delicate balance of novelty and familiarity. Crave new experiences, but we also love the comfort of the familiar. There's our brain's quirky preference for both monotony and variety. Contradictory, doesn't it? But think about your favorite video. It's probably catchy because of a repetitive tune, but it's the variations in the melody that really pull you in. And we can't forget the impact of awards. Can catapult something from obscurity to fame overnight. A fascinating landscape, isn't it? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into these factors and how they shape popularity across various fields. First on our list is the role of exposure in popularity. Let's dive into the fascinating world of popularity and see how exposure plays its part. Exposure, in simple terms, is the amount of attention something gets. It could be a song on the radio, a painting in a gallery, or a meme on the internet. The more people see or hear it, the more likely they are to remember it, and hence the more popular it becomes. For instance, consider the art world. Claude Monet, a famous French painter, was not always appreciated. However, with time and repeated exposure, his work became more known and eventually widely adored. His painting, Water Lilies, is now one of the most recognized pieces of art in the world, demonstrating how exposure can turn something from unknown to unforgettable. In the design world, we see the same pattern. Raymond Loewy, a pioneer in industrial design, understood the power of exposure. He used familiar, comforting designs, but with a touch of novelty to create icons like the Coca-Cola bottle, the Shell logo, and the Greyhound Scenic Cruiser bus. His work, seen by millions, became popular because of the wide exposure it received. Similarly, in the media, exposure plays a pivotal role. Many actors and actresses become household names, not just because of their talent, but because of the repeated exposure they receive through movies, TV shows, and advertisements. Geena Davis, an award-winning actress, gained popularity through her roles in films like Thelma and Louise and A League of Their Own. The more we saw her on screen, the more we recognized her, and the more popular she became. Exposure, therefore, is like a magnifying glass, amplifying the visibility of an object, person, or idea, and making it more likely to be remembered by the public. It's a tool used by marketers, artists, and influencers alike to create popularity. Clearly, exposure plays a significant role in what becomes popular. But what about novelty? Next, we explore the delicate balance between novelty and familiarity in shaping popularity. The human brain is a fascinating entity. It craves both novelty and monotony, seemingly contradictory desires that actually work together to shape our preferences and tastes. Imagine listening to a song for the first time. The melody is new, the lyrics are fresh, and the rhythm is exciting. That's the novelty factor. It's exciting, it's different, and it's engaging. But then, as you listen to the song over and over again, it starts to become familiar. You start humming along, you anticipate the chorus, you know exactly when the guitar solo is going to kick in. That's the familiarity factor. It's comforting, it's predictable, and it's satisfying. The same principle applies to design. Take Raymond Loewy, known as the father of industrial design. His philosophy was most advanced yet acceptable, or Maya. He believed that people are torn between two opposing forces, a longing for the new and a yearning for what's known. This is why Loewy's designs, from the sleek lines of the Studebaker cars to the iconic Coca-Cola bottle, were both innovative and familiar. They pushed the boundaries of what was known, but not so much as to alienate people. And so it is with popularity. Something becomes popular when it strikes the right balance between novelty and familiarity. It's new enough to be exciting, but not so new that it's alienating. It's familiar enough to be comforting, but not so familiar that it's boring. It's a delicate balance, and striking it just right is more of an art than a science. As we can see, striking the right balance between novelty and familiarity is key to achieving popularity. Now let's delve into the impact of accolades on popularity. Imagine the entertainment industry, a sea of talented individuals all striving to make their mark. In such a bustling field, how does one stand out? One powerful way is through accolades, or awards and recognition. Think about it. When an actor wins an Oscar, their name is instantly propelled into the limelight. Suddenly, they're on the cover of every magazine, their social media followers skyrocket, and their films are suddenly in high demand. The Oscar isn't just a golden statue, it's a golden ticket to popularity. Accolades don't just impact individuals, they also influence the popularity of products. For instance, when a novel wins the Pulitzer Prize, it's not unusual for it to quickly climb the bestseller lists. The accolade serves as a stamp of approval, signaling to consumers that this book is worthy of their time and attention. But why do accolades have such a significant impact? It's largely due to the psychological principle known as the halo effect. This is the tendency for an overall impression of a person, company, brand, or product to influence our feelings and thoughts about that entity's character or properties. In other words, when a movie wins a prestigious award, we're more likely to perceive it as high quality and worth watching. It's important to note, though, that accolades are not the be-all and end-all of popularity. They're a piece of the puzzle, yes, but they're not the only factor at play. Popularity is a complex beast influenced by a myriad of factors like exposure, novelty, familiarity, and more. But there's no denying that accolades can provide a significant boost. They're like a spotlight, illuminating the recipient and making them more visible in a crowded field. They're a form of validation, confirming that this person, product, or piece of work is of high quality and worth our attention. Accolades, therefore, can significantly amplify the popularity of a person or product. As we wrap up our discussion, it's clear that popularity is an intricate web of factors. We've journeyed through the maze of understanding popularity, from the power of exposure to the delicate balance of novelty and familiarity. Exposure, we've learned, is a critical driver of popularity, setting the stage for things to become well-known, recognized, and ultimately popular. Yet, it's not enough to simply be seen or heard. The magic happens when something new is introduced, but with a comforting touch of familiarity. This blend is like a secret sauce, captivating our attention and keeping us engaged. Then, we dove into the world of accolades, their impact on popularity, and how they can propel something or someone into the limelight. Recognized success, awards, and praise all play a role in boosting popularity, adding a cherry on top of the exposure and novelty with Familiarity Sunday. Understanding these factors gives us a glimpse into the science of popularity, a complex but fascinating phenomenon that shapes our world in many ways.